Go true.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Kickout podcast. My name is Tatanka.
My name is Shark Boy. There is your turn, Tay.
My name is Luna.
Luna Michon, nice.
And I am Houston Rockets center Akeem Olajuwon.
And who's
my
next?
name is Ric Flair.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo! Yes, we're gonna have some Ric Flair related talk today because Ric Flair was so entertaining this week on Raw. He was one of the best things on Raw this week.
You didn't put it like that on the WhatsApp group. You didn't say
man.
entertaining in the WhatsApp group. How did you word it in the WhatsApp group? I can't remember.
I'll tell you exactly what I said in the WhatsApp group. I was watching Raw live at 3:00 in the morning, couldn't sleep. Let me put Raw on. And then I just saw this really red old man in the middle of the ring. And I got so scared. I'm not going to lie. But I was enjoying it because I genuinely don't think I think they might give him a script and he just rips it up. He just does whatever he wants when he gets in that ring. And as soon as you give him the microphone, he's just going to go. And it's scary at times, but it's also like watching a car wreck. It's kind of like you're scared. You don't know what's going to happen, but it's enjoyable at the same time.
I think that's a very romantic way so you put it down to Ric Flair ripping up the script and saying, I'm going to say what I want. When the truth is they give him the script, he looks at it a bit, dribbles, probably eats it, shits on the floor and then goes out to the ring because the man is senile and he shouldn't be traveling.
Well, we're gonna get to that interview later on, that promo later on. But before we start actually podding, how is everybody doing? How are you, Ace? How are you, Mex? How are you, Tay? How are you, Flu?
I'm good this week. I'm all right, man. Yeah, I keep telling everybody I'm handling this lockdown a lot better than the first one. I'm better. Like the first one was harder.
Yeah.
Whereas I know Tay's face says that is it the other way around that you finding this one more difficult? Yeah. I found the first one hard. This one is kind of easy.
Did everybody get to see SmackDown this week? Did the SmackDown just gone?
Yeah. I saw it, yeah.
I didn't get to see. Tay, did you see it, Tay?
I saw parts of it. I didn't see the end.
I take it from the way you're talking, your energy, guys. You're like, did you watch SmackDown? Yeah. What about you, Tay? Yeah. Was it any good?
Well, I mean, Bianca Belair, did she kick off SmackDown or was it Edge who kicked off SmackDown?
Oh, it was Roman.
Oh yeah, Roman.
He is killing this shit. I'm sorry. His promo at the beginning was sick. So basically, Roman comes out and he's basically like saying, "Look, I ain't waiting in it. Like, if Edge wants it, like you need to tell me now. There's no way you're going to because Edge went to Monday Night Raw. He also went to NXT, and so he was expecting Edge to come out on SmackDown, and Edge didn't start the show. Edge wasn't even in the building yet. But the promo that Roman gave was just like, fam, respect me, innit? Come out now. What did you think of it, Mex?
Yeah,
like, I was like, he's killing it.
He's proper. It's the whole fact of he's the tribal chief, he's the main event, all of this kind of stuff. So if Edge wins the Royal Rumble and he's going to get a main event match with whoever, then it makes total sense in Roman's mind. I am the main event of WWE.
Right.
You don't need to go on tours around WWE brands. You got to come to me. And the fact that Edge is playing these kind of mind games, how Roman sees it, and then Roman obviously just boned out in the middle of it, like, why are you playing games with me? I don't know if you guys saw that. So,
right, I didn't see that. No, I
he
didn't
literally lost his cool.
Like,
from someone that's been doing really slow, like passive, quiet promos, he literally just boned out completely.
They're doing great stuff, man. This is good. This is good.
He's got this sick face, yeah, that he can make, which says everything. Like, he's got this face of like, do you think I'm a dickhead? You know that face that like when someone thinks, he pulls that face so perfectly. Like, he's like, wait, do you think I'm a dickhead? That's what he's great. He's doing amazing things. Big up to Roman Reigns.
Can I start with a random question to you all?
Go for it.
Not your favorite wrestlers. You just inspired me there, eh? Who are the wrestlers that you can just, in one expression, could tell the whole story? Obviously, you're going to go with the obvious. Austin, maybe Macho Man, Randy Savage, like that. Who are the ones that just in a flick of a face went, oh, I get the whole story?
Ric Flair's up there.
100%. Do you know who doesn't get enough props for the way they sell things with their face is Brock Lesnar.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Like when he's shook, you're like, raw. He's like really, do you know what I mean? Or when he's confused about, like he face wrestles very well. Is that what we calling it? Face wrestling.
Coined the new term.
I want a documentary called Face Wrestling with
face wrestling. Yeah.
Roddy Piper was good at that.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper was really good at that.
I tell you what, to talk about, obviously he's took a leaf out of a leaf. I don't know. He's taken anyway, Brock Lesnar, but Goldberg, I don't know what I'm talking about. When Goldberg put over this weekend, that was the first time he did he kicked out. I'm just trying to bring it back to relevance with a very unfortunate sentence. You should probably move on, Skillet.
What Goldberg had that reaction with what match? The McIntyre match.
McIntyre. Yeah, he acted shocked when McIntyre kicked out of the jackhammer.
Which for me was like kind of like, oh, that's what
he's supposed to do.
Who about Tay? What about you? Who can tell it in a facial expression?
I was trying to think, but the only person otherwise, it's not really face. I'd say Bray Wyatt is more vocal. Like anything he says, you believe. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. I don't think he has the face down properly. I was trying to think of someone else today, and no one else is really there apart from Roman at the moment.
Randy Orton, maybe.
When he cares, when he's bold.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, of course. Vince McMahon for sure. Vince McMahon for sure. Bianca Belair. What was her promo like? She came out, pointed to the WrestleMania sign again.
She still hasn't picked an opponent. She was on SmackDown. She was on Monday Night Raw. And I don't think she's going to pick an opponent until after Elimination Chamber, which is smart.
And the champions right now is Asuka and Sasha. It has to be Sasha, man.
Asuka's likely to lose at Elimination Chamber. I'd say we're going all over the shop, but we're just going to keep going. Asuka has a match with Lacey Evans at Elimination Chamber, which she's likely to lose. And we're likely to see Charlotte Lacey for Mania.
Wow.
Which means Sasha, Bianca for Mania.
Which annoyingly, can Bianca versus Asuka would be the best match. Not the best, the biggest match, but that would be the best match. So it's a shame that you're quite right. That sounds about right, but that's probably not happening. But then again, they were kind of doing a whole kind of Bianca Belair and Asuka are friends, and they kind of do gimmicks together and stuff like that. So they were kind of doing this.
I think
did they go in NXT?
Who?
No, Asuka was gone before Bianca Belair came.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about NXT this week, though, I did enjoy. It's never going to happen. But again, unfortunately, like Bianca versus Asuka is the best option, but probably not the one that they're going with. When Edge was talking to Finn and Pete Dunne, I was just like, oh. I mean, Finn versus Pete Dunne is going to be good, but Pete Dunne, Edge, or Edge, Finn would be incredible. Not going to happen, but
You're right.
Do you think that it's like? Do you think that it's kind of like they kind of feel like we're unintelligent to think that Edge would pick the NXT champion? Do you feel like it's pointless Edge showing up on NXT is my point? Is that what do you guys agree with that?
No, I wouldn't say it's pointless. I think it's quite
Edge is never going to pick Finn Balor.
No, I know, but I think it's a good thing that he's actually acknowledging that these guys are title champions and it's worthy for them to not only just show up at Raw, but show up at NXT, show up at SmackDown, show up in Lucha House Party, show up in Lucha Underground, show up in Impact, show up at Ring of Honor, show up in wrestling. What's the underground thing that Shamey Man was
Raw Underground.
Raw Underground. Show up in AEW, show up in NJP. That's what they should do. They should get Edge to show up at every wrestling company. Show up in Puerto Rico, show up in AAA. Edge should go everywhere and show up. Even he doesn't have any matches, but yeah, no, but it is quite important that he's actually acknowledging world champions, and it's good. It's good, and it's good to see him like mingling in the ring with like you said, Finn and Pete, and then obviously doing the outside promos with Kerry and Cross. It's It's intriguing stuff. Karrion Kross obviously he's gonna get fast track straight after Mania, isn't it? Karrion Kross is gonna be the WrestleMania Raw after Mania debut, 100%.
You got to remember though, it's not just for TV. You know, it's good for Edge to go to NXT, just to go to the Performance Center and hang out with the younger wrestlers and stuff like that, isn't it? It's just that's going to give them such a boost. I love that when Pete Dunne, when he was like, "I see a lot of you in me," and Pete Dunne shrugged. He was like, "I would have shrugged as well, young man." And I mean, so that was that bit when I was like, "Was that real? Was that fake?" And that instantly, you can take me out of it and go, "Oh, that looks a little bit like he pissed off Edge properly." Anytime you can do that, thumbs up from Little Neil.
Yeah.
I saw a flyer with which champion will Edge choose, and it had Walter on it. I was like, he's not going to pick Walter. Edge doesn't want to be. Edge don't want to be the UK champion. No. Edge is not asking for Walter.
No.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the camera. Either. I'm going to look up, and I'm going to look down, and then I'm going to look at the camera and tell you that I've decided to go to Enfield to take. Really go to Enfield?
I mean, there's more of a chance of him picking the NXT Women's Championship before going for what. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, let's be honest.
Let's not do that. This fantasy booking that you guys want to do.
Yeah,
the obvious choice is going to be Reigns, isn't it? It's going to be Reigns.
It's going to be Spear versus Spear.
Yeah, and then but I don't think Edge should win.
So do I.
I don't think he's going to.
I think Reigns. If it's gonna be Reigns, Reigns will retain. I think.
Maybe it's just a short. Maybe it's a short run.
No. Well, like the next night he loses it.
Yeah.
Well, no, the other thing.
Next night, you know.
Yeah. Apparently, he can't have it for long. He really doesn't. He just needs to be that one night thing. Like everyone's like, yeah, and then he can go.
But apparently, Edge was the one who. Yeah. What do we really know? But apparently the word is Edge was the one who approached management with this is my idea. So you're not telling me you would have gone to Vince and said, this is my idea. I come back, I win the Rumble, I win the title, and then look up, left. Do you know what I mean? There's no way he would have said that. So it's definitely, I win the Royal Rumble, put me over a little bit. I go to WrestleMania, I put over the young Roman Reigns, and I think it makes sense.
Or he could have said, he could have said, let's do a full circle situation where, then again, it probably wouldn't make sense because Miz has already been a champion, but where he beats Reigns and then somebody comes out like a Vince McMahon, or who's the guy that runs Raw now?
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce comes out, does what Vince did at New Year's Revolution when Edge won the title against John Cena. And he's like, hey, take off the theme song. We got somebody going to cash in. And then it's Miz who cashes in against Edge. And now it's like full circle what's happened to Edge, but how he...
I don't like that.
That's not going to happen. No. All right, Apollo Crews versus Sami Zayn. Was that good? I don't know. Anybody watch it?
With Big E. It was the Intercontinental Championship match. It was a triple threat.
Oh, right, with Big E as well. Okay. Max, come to you then. Let's go, Max. Was this good?
I think that was probably the best match on the night. Everyone put forward their best foot. Sami Zayn looked really good in the match. Apollo Crews as well, showed incredible feats of strength, like a moonsault from outside the ring, landing flat on I think it was Big E. He gorilla pressed. No, he went to do I think it was some type of suplex in the corner to Sami Zayn. Big E ran up behind him. They got done like a triple suplex spot.
That was dope.
Later on in the match, there was a haluva kick, and I think Sami Zayn was about to pin Big E. Apollo Crews was outside, dragged Sami Zayn out the ring so he couldn't get the pin. Picked up Sami Zayn from the ground in like gorilla press position above his head, threw him into the timekeeper's area. Unfortunately, he got back in the ring, big ending, lost. But after the match, when Big E was celebrating, you could just see him kind of seething in the back, like, I'm this guy's friend, but like, I'm so vexed, I've kind of lost. And I think he just needs to maybe commit to the heel turn now, and we'll see what's next for him.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Anything else to pick up from SmackDown before we move on? Was that kind of the highlights? Daniel Bryan, what did Daniel Bryan do?
Yeah, the match with Cesaro.
Okay.
He lost. Yeah, that was it. It was a clean loss.
New contract, didn't he?
Cesaro signed a new
Yeah.
contract. Yeah, Cesaro is
Yeah.
signing on for another 5 years. So wait, so Daniel Bryan is kind of doing what Omega did when he first came AEW and he's losing to everybody until he comes back again, or what are we doing here?
I'm not sure if he's coming back again.
Knows.
What is Bryan doing?
We have no idea.
And maybe like at best I can see some type of, you know, strong style type triple threat match at Mania between Shinsuke, Cesaro, and Bryan. But other than that, I can't really see where any of those, you know, he's making Shinsuke and Cesaro look good, but where's the story actually going with Daniel Bryan losing about 3 or 4 weeks on the trot now?
Was Seth on anything? Because I thought he was.
He's back this week.
Oh, he's back.
Okay.
But could that just be what Daniel Bryan is doing? Because Daniel Bryan, not that he's had his time. He's had his time like as a champion. He's been in the limelight. And he wants to push Nakamura and he wants to push Cesaro. So he's happy to put them over and again because it doesn't hurt him. It can't hurt Daniel Bryan anymore. Like he's always going to be a superstar. So if he's doing that for the others to try and help them up, and
you're correct. But then for sure, Daniel Bryan is going to have a WrestleMania match. And with this kind of form, it's like, where are we going with this? How are we going to get to a match with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania? That's the only problem. But you're correct, yeah.
Are we going to see a heel turn, do you think, then?
Back to the vegan one. Vegan.
That was brilliant.
Like
That was brilliant, man. I love that.
The planet champion.
Yeah, maybe we need that. Maybe we need that.
Before we talk about Monday Night Raw, I mean, do you want to wrap up SmackDown? Is there anything else? No.
Oh, Kevin Owens showed up to give Roman Reigns a stunner.
Okay.
And that was the end of the show.
Yeah.
And then we spoke about Bianca Belair, right? We kind of spoke.
Yeah, Bianca Belair hasn't picked a champion yet. It
She
looks
cut
like
a promo with Sasha, right? She cut a promo with Sasha or something like that.
Yeah. Do we think Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns are not done then? Is that not over yet?
I think we're gonna get, especially like Elimination Chamber or Fastlane, we're probably gonna get Roman versus Roman and Jay versus the Canadians, Edge and Kevin Owens, to just, you know, give us some time before we get to Edge and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
That makes sense.
Okay.
The Canadians.
The Canadians. All right. Well, before we talk about Monday Night Raw, the Raw's episode, this week's Monday Night Raw episode was dedicated to Butch Reed, a legendary wrestler from the Florida Championship Wrestling territory. He had infamous classic feuds with Ric Flair, Bruiser Brody, Big John Studd. He was actually one of the competitors that nearly body slammed Big John Studd back in his day. Had a big following in Mid-South where he feuded with the Junkyard Dog. Went to WWE, became the natural Butch Reed, where he nearly became the first ever African-American IC champion. In fact, Vince would have gave him the belt if he didn't miss a booking. He missed a book date, and because he'd missed a booking date, he couldn't become the IC champion, so he would have defeated Ricky Steamboat. So that ended up going to Honky Tonk Man. After he left WWE with Teddy Long, he joined forces with Teddy Long and made a tag team with Ron Simmons as Doom. Does anyone remember Doom? Flea, do you remember Doom?
I remember the name Doom, but I'd be lying if I said I remember anything of note.
So Doom was like one of the first African-American tag teams that WWE really had in a prominent state just before Harlem Heat. And at that time, Steiner Brothers were kind of struggling to have good opponents. You had the Samoan SWAT team and whatnot, but you didn't really have any others. And I guess Doom came in to kind of fill that void. And they were actually really quite badass before they broke up and Ron Simmons became a solo wrestler. But yes.
They weren't together for long, were they?
No, it was only like a year or so, Doom. It wasn't that long. Maybe a couple of years. Maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Up to that?
Maybe like 3 years. I could be wrong. I can't remember. I just remember them in 1992. That's all I remember. But but yeah, Butch Reed is a legend and should be a Hall of Famer one day, hopefully. So yeah, rest in peace to Butch Reed. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. How did that start off again? Edge?
How did it start off?
No, it was Drew McIntyre, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was McIntyre and yeah.
No, it was Adam Pearce. Are we talking about this week? As in yesterday?
Shane O'Mac.
Shane O'Mac when he flopped.
Yeah.
He flopped. Shane again making bad. Oh man, he can't cut a promo, man.
But this means back for a WrestleMania match, didn't it? Who do you think is going to be Shane's WrestleMania match?
Adam Pearce.
Oh, Christ.
I think they'll put on a decent match, to be honest, but I think it's Adam Pearce.
I was going to say, Obviously, I wasn't watching for a period of time. How was Adam Pearce introduced? What is the deal with him?
They were using him just as an on-screen official to get from match to match. He wasn't really doing much promos, but I guess with the back office, the more he kept kind of proving himself, and people liked this kind of authority figure that wasn't, being Triple H and Stephanie McMahon sort of stuff. They just let him and gave him more script, and yeah, he's just in the mix now, managing both shows.
Yeah.
How'd you book a match with him and Shane though? Like, what's the beef?
So I think from what we saw on Raw, with Shane O'Mac kind of saying to him, like, the whole Elimination Chamber was your idea and you're doing a great job, and kind of patronizing him. Maybe it's like Shane wants to get back in power or something like that. I have no idea. It is early days, but Shane's going to fight someone, and I think it's either Adam Pearce or, God forbid, he books himself to fight WWE champion, whoever that may be, Drew McIntyre. He's got history with Drew McIntyre as well.
No, I think you're right. They were definitely sprinkling seeds because he kept making a point of going, "You're a great,
yeah.
You're great at your job. You're amazing." So they're definitely sprinkling seeds for something. He's about to. Shane's up to something, isn't he? But
exactly.
Does anybody want to see that for a WrestleMania match?
Well, I was going to say.
I mean, is it WrestleMania if Shane doesn't jump off something? Is it really?
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, but Shane to have a Adam Pearce to face. For Adam Pearce basically debut as a wrestler in-ring competitor in WWE to be a WrestleMania match. I just feel that's a bit.
Isn't that? Sorry,
go on, Flu.
I was going to say, isn't that the whole problem with? I mean, not just jump forward, but Elimination Chamber. It's like Sheamus, Drew, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton. It's like the most 2002 crew. Even though I'm an Edge guy, I'm a Christian guy. That worked for me, all that stuff. I know some people weren't fans, but it's just, I'm looking at this and I'm like, so you're selling it with Adam Pearce versus Shane at the moment. Maybe, okay, for the smarks, you've got Daniel Bryan versus Seth. And then Roman Edge, and it's just like, where's the, every year you think, oh, I'm not sure this year. And even when Shane came back versus Taker, we were like, that's cool. What's the hook this year? There's no Bad Bunny. Are you shitting? And I don't want to be one of those annoying old people just because they don't get it. They don't get it. But, obviously he's very notable. Even, see, Obama put down his top 20 songs of the year or something. You see that?
Yeah.
Obama tweeted his top 20 songs, and Bad Bunny is one of his top 20 songs. What Obama giving you props, that's not bad. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like, where's the excitement this year, guys?
Yeah, but that top 20 is a farce.
What's that?
That's a whole farce. That whole top 20. That's not really their choice.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Biden did the top 20, and MF Doom was in there, and Biden is not listening to MF Doom. I'm sorry.
What skills?
Don't insult my intelligence here.
Between you and me, and all fans listening, between you and me, Skillet's always taken me to one side, and Obama's full of shit. I remember when he was going for president, Skillet took me to one side and went, this guy's full of shit. Really, Skillet? That sounds really controversial. You wouldn't want people to hear
I got no beef with Obama.
Like, F that guy. F Obama, Skillet said. Couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, back to what what? So yeah, because I forgot Seth and Daniel Bryan will probably be the opponents for each other, isn't it? At Mania. That's probably how they would do it. They'll probably make Seth highlight the fact that Bryan's in a losing streak, and then Bryan finally breaks his streak against Seth, maybe. So maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe that's what they'll do. So McIntyre. So Seth and Adam Pearce had a little weird exchange.
Shane.
What did I say? Steph.
Yeah.
Shane flopped at the end with the whole, you're going to do great. And you're gonna do great. You're going to do great. And then he walks out.
Very strange.
One thing about the Elimination Chamber, and I don't know how you guys might feel about this, but I feel a type of way. Because Elimination Chamber is 2 weeks after Royal Rumble, right? The likes of Edge has just stayed 1 hour in a match to get a WWE title shot. And then 2 weeks later on Raw, they just say, you're getting a WWE championship shot at Elimination Chamber. Like,
yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
It should really be like the final five of the Royal
or something.
The Royal Rumble or something. That would make sense.
We're getting a lot of echo. Who's? Can you hear echo? Is it me? some feedback.
I'm hearing some echo.
Is that
Me?
Well, I remember them having qualifying matches for Elimination Chamber. They don't even do that anymore.
No, they don't do that.
It's so true what you're saying. Yeah, they'll go through, last man standings and, thumbtacks and Hell in a Cell and Raw Rumbles. And some weeks they just go on Raw. I want a title shot. Okay. And you're like, why? Yeah. Ace, you may have just broken wrestling.
It's crazy.
No, you're right. And do we think the opponents are the right ones for Elimination Chamber this year? And is this only me? I'm guessing there's going to be one men's and one women's, right?
Yeah, there should be a women's as well.
There won't be one on SmackDown.
I think the women's match will be the SmackDown one.
Yeah.
Right.
So
what happens? Sasha wins that.
So what's that, Ace?
You said, do you think Sasha wins that?
She's got to, innit?
She has to retain.
Okay.
All former champions who are Drew McIntyre's opponents. All former WWE champions. So
and the second thing, why is Miz in there with the Money in the Bank briefcase? They could have put Kofi Kingston in there.
Yeah, true.
But then it would have been very similar to last year's one. Like, it's pretty much the same people.
Also, to go back to Ace's point, you'd be like, we're going to put you in the most dangerous 30 foot of steel and all that stuff. And you'd be like, no, I'm all right. I've got this suitcase. No, I'm cool. I want to bounce. Thanks, guys. Thank you, though, for the offer.
Yeah, it is pointless. It's kind of pointless. You're right. But I think there's like the fact that
there's twists and turns.
Riddle or Keith Lee are not in it, or Bobby Lashley, or like I think there's so many other opponents. I don't necessarily care to see Jeff Hardy in an elimination match.
So undeserving.
I don't think that's going to be the final 6. Because Hardy had a match with AJ Styles and he was sending a knee injury or something like that.
Bro, Elimination Chamber's next Sunday. This is the final 6.
Is it next Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's still one more Raw though. There's still one more Raw.
One more Raw, man.
There is, but
there's still one more Raw.
These guys are lazy, man. Come on, look how they picked the people in the chamber. They are done. They've wiped their hands of it. This is the Elimination Chamber. That is it.
I reckon Keith Lee's going in for Hardy.
I think so too. Keith Lee's come back and he's come back looking a bit more. I think he's going to turn heel. It seems like Keith Lee's going to turn heel, I believe.
Oh, yes. I caught that because MVP was on commentary during the Keith Lee match, yeah? And at the end, he was like, yeah, I'm really impressed by this guy. Impressed by this guy.
And Keith Lee come back and like he challenged like Matt Riddle was all being nice to him. And he was a bit like, yeah, but I can beat you. And
so do you think Keith Lee's going hurt business?
Yeah, he's going to hurt business. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
Happen.
I think it's too early.
And then they're gonna spray paint on the back with the gold NWO HB in the back.
Does that mean that Lashley is being evicted, or is he going to stay in it?
No, Lashley's going mad as well. So they probably,
I think Lashley might graduate to a possible match with Lesnar. Like he might leave the US title behind in this triple threat match that's going to happen at Elimination Chamber. Riddle might pick it up, and then he might move on to something better, maybe.
I'm hearing rumors that Lesnar has a new look when he comes back.
Well, looking like what?
Maybe the beard's grown out. Maybe a little bit of a different style haircut, and he's looking amazing apparently. So
how old is Lesnar?
Lesnar's probably gonna come back and take that title, dog. You never know.
Who, from Drew or from Roman?
Roman. That's where the money is.
I've got a question for you guys. I really enjoyed Riddle versus Keith Lee because I haven't seen a lot of them wrestle and stuff out. I thought it was a really enjoyable match. I've always enjoyed the big, strong man versus the little wrestler guy match. So let me ask you, what are your favorite big man, little man matches, please? For some reason, I don't know why, I always enjoyed Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio in WWE. They had some, I think they had a match uncensored and stuff. I really enjoyed that. So what are your favorite big man?
That was enjoyable until Nash started taking his mask off and shit. When they started doing that, I was like, this is disgraceful. They took his mask off, man.
That makes it real.
I enjoyed Batista, Rey Mysterio's run.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I think Rey Mysterio has the best big man, small man matches. But I did enjoy Brock Lesnar and that Zach Gowen kid.
Really?
That was
horrible.
that
Horrible.
was a mutilation.
It was absolutely terrible. It was disgusting. But yeah, he sold it well. He sold it well. He sold it well.
You know when you go down a YouTube hole, you smoke some things, you drink some things, you go down a YouTube hole. One of the things I look at is that match and then Brock comes in and then Angle comes in and then all hell breaks loose. That's one of those things I watch and stuff like that.
Who remembers when Big Show strapped Rey Mysterio to a stretcher and knocked him against the ring post and Rey Mysterio landed on his face? Yeah, that's the content I want to see.
What I want to see is Rey Mysterio run out and just sell beer. Just sell me some.
Oh yeah, Royal Rumble.
I think in the last couple of years, Brock Lesnar has had great matches with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I think those were both at Survivor Series back-to-back years. And then he had Finn Balor in Royal Rumble a couple years ago. I think those have been some of Brock Lesnar's best matches of recent time.
And Spike Dudley had a great match with Bam Bam Bigelow back in the ECW days.
I think I remember that.
Big man, small man wrestling, that was some good stuff. But yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Rest in peace, Yoko.
Rest in peace to who?
Yoko.
Yoko. You guys saw that documentary. We spoke about that last week.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was dope.
Wow.
Okay, what else happened on Raw? Remind me, guys.
Charlotte Flair, Lacey Evans, Ric Flair.
Let's cut the greatest promo of 2021. Let's go.
Have we turned off the reverb though so we can hear this properly? Yes. Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems to be some people out there that want an explanation of why Ric Flair wants to be back mainlining. Okay, I'll tell you.
Mainlining.
Take orders from any woman. Check out my history, especially from my daughter. And I'm not staying home. And I'm really tired right here in Tampa, Florida. Instead of hearing about me and Tom Brady, hearing how great she is. So I'm going to vent for a minute.
I'm not staying at home.
She's the queen. We know she's got 13 world titles. We know she doesn't need me. But guess what? I need a little of me. And I met someone that by chance has got all the physical qualifications, looks, and drive to be a star. All she needs is some motivation, some knowledge, some wisdom. So, Charlotte, you might be the greatest female wrestler in WWE today, but I'm still going to train her. We're on a mission, make no mistake. I reiterate, this relationship is just casual.
Casual.
She's overwhelmed with my charm.
You didn't say platonic.
That's to be expected. Okay. But here's the deal.
Okay, that's enough of that. He didn't say platonic. Casual. Casual.
Just beating it. Man, just beating it, innit? It's
Casual
not.
can still be sex. Yeah, that could be sex. Casual sex.
No, like it's, you know what I mean. It's not my wifey, but I'm just casual in it. It's casual.
I'm just beating it from the north south. Space Mountain. I thought he was gonna say all of that shit.
I think we all dream one day of mainlining WrestleMania.
Mainlining. Woo!
I hope to mainline WrestleMania.
Wheeling, dealing, mainlining, kiss stealing.
You know what? As much as we diss this, yeah, that whole promo made this whole thing make sense. So I'm glad that they've like tied it together now. Like,
Bridge the gap.
At first we were like, what? It doesn't make sense. But like, so after hearing him speak, you're like, okay, cool. It makes sense now. And we will understand why this is going to be like a blood feud for Charlotte Flair, why she's really going to be angry going into this and why this will affect her mentally. So yeah, this is good. I like this.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I actually think this is actually it's a good position. I always said that when Ric Flair joined forces with Lacey, I didn't mind that. I thought that was a good matching. Obviously, Ric Flair should probably not talk as long on the mic, but yeah.
One thing though, the match that followed was very poor. Like there was a clear lack of chemistry between these two. There was times when like Charlotte would go to attack Lacey Evans and then they'll both pause like they didn't know whose move it was and all of this kind of stuff. That happened about 2 or 3 times during the match. So if this is going to be, you know, Lacey Evans beating Asuka this month, becoming women's champion, and then this is going to be the WrestleMania match, they're going to have to probably put in
Yeah,
some
title.
reps backstage
title.
before they go at it at WrestleMania.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight, Nace. You watched the matches? Amazing. Good for you, man.
You know what? This was one match that I kept turning back to and watching because I kept seeing in the corner of my eye like there was something disjointed happening. Yeah, I'm usually just tuned in for the promos and stuff, but this one,
I don't know. I mean, you're probably right, Max, but I don't know if Lacey's gonna beat Asuka. I don't know.
She is.
She probably is. I don't know.
It would make sense for her
I
to.
hope she doesn't. Let's put it that way.
But they can make this a grudge feud. Like, remember good old grudge feuds, but you didn't have to be a title picture in it?
With Charlotte Flair. You think Charlotte Flair is going to WrestleMania not for the championship?
Yeah, good point.
Exactly.
No,
All right, let's play your game. If Asuka beats Lacey, who does Asuka face for the title at Mania?
Becky Lynch.
Leave the woman
Charlotte.
a child.
Lynch versus Asuka.
Charlotte is in the Raw Women's Championship match. It doesn't matter who she's against. It's Charlotte is the only person that's booked her ticket there. Not even the champion booked their ticket yet right now.
No, I know you're right. It's because last year she had an NXT match. So that's her way of saying, "Oh, I'm taking a step back, let somebody else get the shine. I'm having an NXT match, not a WWE match." Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So wait, she's gonna win again.
If I think if Asuka does retain, then they'll do Asuka versus Charlotte. Their tag team will fall apart, and Asuka might get a win over Charlotte Flair to kind of get revenge on their past WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I think that's what they should do. It should be Asuka retaining, and Asuka versus Charlotte.
Yeah,
part 2, because that's still the best. Asuka versus Charlotte. Asuka versus Charlotte is still the best women's match
on Raw.
No, in WWE.
It stole it the year we were there.
That and Bailey Banks NXT are probably the 2 best women's wrestling in WWE.
I agree.
Ace has gone missing.
I'm here.
Okay. And what else is there to talk about on Raw?
I'll tell you one thing, Skills. A move I'd never seen before because secret, I do watch the matches as well sometimes. But it was, what was it? What are they called? Redemption? Is that the name?
Retribution.
Thank you. Versus Xavier. And they did a side Russian leg sweep drop kick. Have you ever seen that move? So it was side Russian leg sweep and the other one,
oh yeah, I've seen that.
I've never seen a side Russian drop kick. I just wanted to mention it. That's all.
So the New Day kind of dominate that match. The New Day look back to them old selves. I actually love the entrance when the New Day had the little 16-bit characters that come out and jump up and down like a Super Mario game. That was pretty cool. But I don't want New Day having any more matches with Retribution. I'm done with this. But what
is the future for them, Retribution?
Oh God, just push Ali and leave everybody else.
I think it's going to look like these guys, because if you saw yesterday, Ali was completely berating them for losing. It's like, I got you this opportunity, you went and lost, blah blah blah. He done this to Mia Yim as well, or Reckoning, when she had her first match. I think it's going to be a point where these guys are all just going to turn on him. Hopefully they get to take off their masks and be regular human beings again. And yeah, Ali might just continue very much like Sami Zayn is on SmackDown with this the whole world is against me and all these, controversies and everything. That's probably what Ali's character might be going forward.
Okay.
I wanted to see Ali and Edge have a little run.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They started something at the Rumble.
Yeah,
Let's continue that on the way to Mania.
If Edge is here to help out the younger talent, yeah, who better? Help out Ali, Definitely. Ali needs he needs that kind of rub, man. He needs to be seen to go toe-to-toe with these legends and get that kind of shine. Because Ali, he's an exceptional talent. I just don't think people see him like that yet,
They haven't found the right storyline for him at all.
No, they haven't. They have not. And we talked about Keith Lee, we talked about Ali, talked about Charlotte. Did Asuka wrestle anyone on Raw? I know she cut a really bad promo with
Of course
Bianca
not.
Belair.
You expect the Raw Women's Champion to get time on Raw?
Yeah, that's a good point. So Bianca Belair was backstage saying, yeah, I'm gonna choose my opponent soon. I'm just taking my time. And then Asuka's like, it doesn't matter if you won in a 30 man rumble, you're still not ready for Asuka. And then Bianca was like, honey, I'm gonna choose who I want to choose. I was like, okay, hurry up and damn choose the damn opponent. They need a Trinidadian wrestler there, man. I need to be the first Trini wrestler. Choose your opponent. I'm going to WrestleMania.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, okay. Anything else noteworthy of missing?
There's one thing.
Go on, Mix.
You guys must have seen. It's been doing the rounds on Twitter all day. Nia Jax, my hole.
Oh yeah. Yes. Max, please talk about this, please.
My hole.
So Nia Jax is having a match with Lana. This is like maybe their feud coming to culminating. Nia Jax put her through 9 tables last year. Lana's back now. They're having this tables match, right? She flips out onto the apron. Nia Jax tries to give her a leg drop on the apron. Lana moves out the way. Her ass goes flat on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. So she's like, shouting, screaming, holding her back, her bum area. All you heard her say was, "Oh, my butt," followed by, "Oh, my hole." And then Lana pushed her through a table to win the match.
So somebody on Twitter put a little video together of wrestlers. And it's only 3 wrestlers who've done this, who shouted out kind of these obscenities when they have hurt an anatomy or human body part or whatever. So you have one, Bully Ray in TNA. He got low. He knocked his nuts, got a low blow, and he shouted out. But first he shouted out Taz. Taz was in commentary.
I remember this.
Taz! And Taz goes, yeah, what? It was my balls! And Taz goes, I know! And then there's another one with Shelly. Do you remember Shelly Martinez? She had a little brief stint at ECW for a while. She was like a vampire character. Anyway, she also had an independence match. I think this is even TNA or Independence. And she's in the middle of a submission hold where the legs are wrapped around her legs. And it's kind of like basically her vagina is kind of like trapped. And she shouts out, my vag! Yeah. And now you got Nia Jax with my hole. So there we go.
WWE have censored it.
It was going viral, and then WWE cut it. They've cut my hole from their streaming services, and it's like it's almost like sometimes they don't want success unless it's success under their terms. This is the first time Nia Jax has actually got some positive press, and they're like, cut it. I didn't tell you.
It must be
the hardest part of her ring.
It must be due to like sponsorship and my whole kids, that stuff. I know.
Would you prefer
say asshole?
Would you prefer that or my whole t-shirts?
Yeah,
that would come.
Yeah.
In the Attitude Era, they would make my whole t-shirts 100%.
Yeah, they would have.
And you know what it say, Ace? On the front, it would say, on the front it would say, "I'm not like most girls," and on the back, "my whole." Yeah.
Ace, what's your thoughts on Lil Bow Wow?
Oh my goodness! Like, what is Bow Wow gonna do? So Bow Wow recently came out in a tweet and said that after his last album, he wants to work with the WWE. What does that mean?
And he wants to tag with Rey Mysterio.
Oh, he said he wants to tag with Rey Mysterio, and anybody can get it.
He's shooting his shot.
The WWE has not commented on it.
Isn't the young lady who does some of that hip hop music with the WAP and the
Cardi B, yeah.
Go ahead.
As well.
Tell me, Tay.
Well, apparently that they're kind of trying to see if she would do something with WWE.
Wow.
Whether I don't know how that's going to work out.
She's
I don't
already
know where she'd fit in.
Yeah.
Like even as like a promo kind of thing. Like who are you going against? I don't know.
I feel like
did they approach her?
They've got
apparently they have approached her.
Flu, what was you saying?
I was just saying, if they do ever get Connor or they get her, Cardi B, they've got to be so nervous about language because those two can go off on live television, can't they? Yeah. Again, hey, they had Tyson, so screw it. Yeah.
Do you think the Cardi B approach was after they seen the the positivity and the reaction for Bianca Belair?
Oh no, I think it was because someone commented on Cardi B on Raw, then Cardi B tweeted about it, and then who's the woman with the woman's right?
Lacey Evans,
Lacey Evans.
they got a bit of
Yeah, she tweeted in character, and I don't think Cardi B got that unless she did. She's worked me, in which case, bravo, Cardi B, working Neil Llewellyn, 40 from England. Yeah, it's just. But also, I read something that a lot of the musicians and actors are kind of looking at WWE at the moment because they've got nothing else happening. Like I read, is it Alison Brie who plays Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
She's training at the performance center at the moment or something at the moment, doing a workout regime or something. So it's like,
what is going on?
Yeah.
So I read this article on Forbes, which said that the chief revenue officer of WWE, he's looking at these people. So like, I'm not familiar what the guy that Flu just mentioned. His name was in the article. Cardi B was there because they all resonate with this younger audience that they're trying to get. They're seeing Bad Bunny stuff on their WWE shop. It's all sold out. So they're thinking, especially while these artists aren't touring or anything, get them in, especially WrestleMania season. Try and get as many people as they can into that stadium and drive up interest in it.
Meg, talking about that,
very clever business.
Have you heard anything about, because the only thing that has got me interested, which I've heard some places it's not true and some places it is true, is that about a possible NXT reunion. Do you know anything about that, mate?
An NXT reunion?
Not NXT. The Nexus reunion.
So what's his name? What's that guy? The black guy that was in Nexus. The hair.
Shelton?
Darren Young. Darren Young came. Darren Young came out on some podcast and basically said that we're all supposed to come back. We were contacted that we're all supposed
for last year.
It was for last year.
That was supposed to happen before Mania.
Yeah. But then they're really talking about it this year.
I think they pushed it back as well. They spoke about doing it to go against Retribution. But he said that
now.
Yeah, but he for him to come out and say it on just like whatever podcast it was, with no disrespect, it was just like, is this really happening? But
why would you mention it if you're actually going to do that angle where it's the way Barrett gets attacked and you all come back? Why would you mention it? If he did do it, he's an idiot for ruining it. Sure, he probably won't get. You know what I mean? Unless that's exactly what he wanted, because I don't know if they left on incredible terms, did they?
I'm not sure.
That would put Retribution over, though.
Yeah, that probably would still.
That would, because especially if they were starting to lose, and then Daniel Bryan joined Nexus.
Book it, Ace.
Yeah, do you like it?
What they're doing with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
There's not many people, like I say, obviously I don't think Punk's happening and stuff like that, but a Wade Barrett comeback would be not bad. Not bad.
They could get right back as well.
Oh yeah, that's the weird one.
Never happened.
Isn't it?
And the Fiend comes back as Husky Harris.
Bloody hell.
No.
But Ace, could you if you actually think if they did somehow put Fiend in and they did put Daniel Bryan in,
what about CM Punk?
Nah, that wasn't Nexus.
I
don't respect CM Punk's Nexus.
Yeah, not that iteration.
Avengers West Coast.
What about the core? What about the core?
Nah, we don't respect the core.
No?
Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. Ezekiel Jackson and that.
Nah.
You know what? They were all crap to me. All of them were crap.
The first Nexus.
Never liked it. Sorry.
The first Nexus was sick.
Nah.
The thing I loved about the core, wasn't it? There was like 4 of them, but wasn't their music like "We're on our own"?
Yeah.
You're not.
We're on our own. All right. Hide and right. Hide and right. Hide and right. Hide and right. It was basically that.
Talking about weird things wrestlers, I loved it this week when Edge was just talking about, I'm either going to go for Roman or one of the NXT guys or maybe Drew. And then Miz came out and said, well, I'm going to maybe use my money in the bank. And Edge was like, ha, you idiot for telling us what you're going to do. And I was like, Edge, you just did exactly that. Like, what are you going to do? God bless you.
All right, guys, I've done a little quick Elimination Chamber quiz, seeing that Elimination Chamber is next week. We're going to go around again, and you have to steal. You can answer the question. Point each, whoever gets it. Random question. Let's go. So I'm gonna start off with Max. Max, in what year was the debut of the Elimination Chamber? The first ever Elimination Chamber match. What year was that?
2002.
Point for Max.
Oh, shit. He's on it.
Flu.
What do
Who
you
won
want?
the first ever Elimination Chamber match?
Well, who won it?
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Point for Flu.
With that little Dutch boy haircut and the little pound.
And the brown wrestling attire. That brown.
I was a massive Shawn Michaels guy, but even when he held up the title, I went like, oh. You're wearing brown. Oh, I'm not. Oh dear, he looks a bit weird. I'm happy for him, but he looks a bit weird.
Ace.
Yo.
Who has the most victories in the Elimination Chamber match?
It's either John Cena or Triple H. I would say Triple H.
A point for Ace. Tay. Who won the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match?
Who was in it? Is it Charlotte? No, I said it better.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
It is not. Does anybody have a steal?
Yeah. Was it Alexa Bliss?
It was Alexa Bliss. 2 points for Max. All right, back to Max again. Max, who won the first ever Elimination Chamber match that was a IC Intercontinental title match?
Was it Ryback?
3 points for Max.
He's got it.
I'm not even playing anymore.
Blue,
I don't even remember that match.
how many Elimination Chamber matches have they been? Not the one that's going to happen this year. How many in total have they been?
$11.
No. Anybody else?
12.
No. Tay?
7.
7?
Wait.
Would it be right to just count one for every year from 2002?
You could try that.
No, it wasn't on every year, though, was it?
Oh, that's a good point. 2002.
3, 4, 5, 6,
17,
7, 8.
sometimes 2. So you could be up to about 21.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, no. My final answer is 21.
No.
19.
No. Okay. So it's 26. 26 matches.
Oh, wow.
Ace,
Matches.
the first ever tag team championship match at Elimination Chamber, in terms of Elimination Chamber match, of course, was won by what team?
I can know. Edge and Christian.
No. Blue?
I'm just going to guess. Hang on. First ever tag team win. Let's go New Day.
2 points. That's it. That's right. That is correct. So that's 3 points for Blue. So this is a bit of a hard one, actually. Actually, no, let's go for this one instead. Who was the first woman eliminated in the Elimination Chamber match, Tay?
I don't even remember that match. Hold on.
I made it hard for not giving you multiple choice. I'm sorry. I should have given you guys multiple choice.
Was it? I'm trying to think who was in the match. It was one of the. I think it was one of the Riot Squad. If I remember the right one.
Should I give you multiple choice?
Yeah, thanks.
So is it A, Sonia Deville, B, Mandy Rose, C, Liv Morgan, or D, Charlotte?
I don't think it's D, the way he looked up and talked about it. I thought he was doing
it? Oh, I think it might have been Liv Morgan.
Charlotte ain't getting eliminated first from anything anyway.
Not at all.
That is not the correct answer, Tay. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'll go.
Go on.
The other one, Mandy Rose.
It is Mandy Rose.
Oh, dude, that's cheating. I don't think you should give me points for that because.
No, you can steal answers.
Oh, thanks. Okay, I'll take it then. Sorry, everyone.
Max.
Unworthy champion I am.
Name 2 wrestlers that was originally scheduled to be a part of Elimination Chamber match, but couldn't make it due to injury.
Is this Ace?
This is for Max.
Oh my gosh. At what Elimination Chamber?
So there's 2 Elimination Chamber matches where they were billed. The 2 wrestlers were billed to be on it, but those 2 wrestlers couldn't make it on the night. So name me 2 of these wrestlers. You get a point each for each wrestler.
Mate.
Is that a pass?
Let me guess. Randy Orton and The Undertaker.
That is incorrect. Flu.
I'm going to go with CM Punk and Mustafa Ali.
That is incorrect. Tay.
Well, Ali is one of them. I can't remember the other.
Ace.
Oh yeah, Ali.
Well,
Okay.
Ali was scheduled to be in a. Yeah, he was scheduled to be in one. So I'm gonna give that to.
You too.
I'm gonna give it to Flu. I'm gonna give it to Flu. Yeah, that is.
And
Right.
Punk wasn't one. Wasn't he eliminated before by
No.
Orton?
Huh?
I thought he was eliminated by Orton before one and he didn't even make it in. Or have I made all that all up?
I don't think that wasn't due to injury though.
Oh,
I think that was just due to terrible booking.
Was Daniel Bryan?
Oh, you mean legitimate injury?
Yeah, real
I thought
injury.
it was in the
So that's why, you know what? I'm not going to give you the Ali one because Ali wasn't injured either. He was just bumped off the card. So no, the Ali one doesn't exist.
That's true.
Wait, that Ali, is that
Ali
true?
was
You-
injured.
Was he actually injured?
Yeah.
Why you trying to slander, man? What about you?
He's trying to start rumors.
All right. All right, cool. So Ali's okay. You get a point for that, Flu. Ace?
That would be Ace's t-shirt. Imagine the slander man.
Was Daniel Bryan?
No.
Who?
Sabu and Rusev.
Fucking hell.
That's tough.
Who's that? Who did I ask that? Max. So Flu.
Yeah.
Who was the fastest elimination in an elimination chamber match? The fastest elimination is by who? Who got eliminated the fastest?
Yeah. Oh, is it Mark Henry?
No.
The Miz.
No.
Oh,
I don't know who got
it's The
pinned,
Miz.
but can I guess who done it?
You can guess who done it. I don't know. I'm not gonna give you a point for that. But go ahead. If you can guess who done it, you might get it right.
Shayna Baszler?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what match.
Santino Marella.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I know that's a wrong one, isn't it?
John Cena.
I could literally just say anyone. I don't know. Was it back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just going to say a name, Santino, because I have no idea.
It was
Elimination Chambers.
Edge was eliminated the fastest in 3 minutes by Jeff Hardy.
Wow.
Ace, who won the first Elimination Chamber on its own Elimination Chamber pay-per-view? Because you know, before Elimination Chamber used to be in several different pay-per-views. Before it had its own Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Who won the first ever Elimination Chamber match in that pay-per-view?
Fam, come on, man.
What?
Who won the first Elimination Chamber in the island of Texas? Went around the back when he came to the place.
Don't do that to me, my stomach hurt.
All right. So what? The first Elimination Chamber when it was his own event.
Yes.
Can you tell me the year? That's fair.
I think it's, I believe 2013 or 12. I could be wrong. Let me double check that for you. Talk amongst yourselves.
2000. I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Anybody else can steal?
Hello.
I'll go off the Flu.
Go on, Flu.
Was it the voted one of the worst matches of all time? Was it Bobby Lashley?
That's 2006, so that's incorrect.
Go on, mate.
I think I'm not sure if he was even in the company at this point, but I'll go with Chris Jericho.
That is incorrect. Tay?
That would have been my answer. Would you say it was 2013?
I'm gonna double. I don't think it's 2013. You know,
No.
Would you say the first winner?
the first winner of the one that had his own event, the Elimination Chamber match, man.
John Cena.
John Cena. Well done, Tay. So that's an extra point for Tay. So far, Mex has got 4. Flu, what do you have? 5.
Sure.
I don't think I've got 4. I think Flu's got 4 and I've got 3.
Yeah, you got 3.
No, you've got like 6.
No. Mex has got 3.
3, right?
Flu's got 4. Ace has got 1, and Tay's got 2. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. We'll do a few more questions and we're done. First ever women tag team winners on the Elimination Chamber. Mex.
Who?
Bailey and Sasha Banks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is that correct, yeah?
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
So that's 4 and 4.
I remember them talking after the match and saying how they're going to change the game. And
Yeah.
title shortly afterwards.
Flu.
Yes.
First ever winner of the ECW version of Elimination Chamber match.
Bobby Lashley.
That is correct. So that's 5 for Flu. Ace. In the early days of the Elimination Chamber, what brand was it exclusive to? Was it Raw, SmackDown, or ECW?
Let's say Raw.
Yes, you are correct.
There you go.
That's 2 for Ace. And the last question, which will be given for Tay. Let's have a look here. What else have I got written down? Oh, yeah. Tay, what pay-per-view did the Elimination Chamber debut in?
Was it? What's in between?
Take your time, by the way.
Hasn't Meg's already answered this? Hang on a second.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
I've got the answer though.
It was at a Raw Rumble, wasn't it?
This is Tay's question.
I feel like it was between SummerSlam and Survivor Series around that time. I can't.
You're talking about
Well, which one would you go for? If you had to
match skills.
Which one would you have to go for, Tay?
It sounds more like a Survivor Series, but I feel like it was SummerSlam.
What's your final answer, Tay?
It was Survivor Series, you're right.
SummerSlam.
It's Survivor Series. All right. Well, listen, we'll stop that there. So let me add up these. Let's see what the scores are.
While he's adding it up, I just want to recommend a couple of things, guys. As if you don't want to watch wrestling, maybe watch some wrestling documentaries tonight and today. I watched Relentless, which is about Diamond Dallas Page yoga, and I also watched You Can't Kill David Arquette, which was a very interesting documentary about him trying to get some respect back after the WCW stuff, and it was well worth a watch. So I couldn't.
Where did you find that one, Flea? Where did you find that one?
Amazon Prime Relentless for the DDP thing, and You Can't Kill David Arquette was on Sky Atlantic.
Okay, thank you.
There's also on the WWE network, Untold, the Untold series with APA.
That's supposed to be quite good, right?
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm hearing good things. So yeah.
Okay. So in last place, in joint last place, is Tay and Ace with 2 points.
Yeah.
In second place, it's Mex with 4 points. And in the first place, it's New Flu Allen with 5 points. Well done, guys. So who won the Royal Rumble quiz? That was Ace, wasn't it?
Me.
Yeah, Ace won it. So Flu's got one. Ace won. Mex, I can see you. You're shining. You know who you are, Mex. You're Randy Orton right now. You're up and coming. You're up and coming. Okay, thank you. That was it. That was the Elimination Chamber quiz.
When are we back?
Well, I'm going to try and do an episode with Eddie Basil and Mex this Thursday. Mex, you up for that?
Yeah, that should be fine.
We'll do a little Black History themed episode. Hey, so are you free Thursday?
What time?
I don't know. You got your R&B nights.
I'll holler you. I'll let you know.
Holler at me. Come join in this conversation.
Sure.
And then we'll be back I guess, just before Raw, after Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, peace.